Alright, this time I'm finally going to go ahead and enter the next area. And I sort of wanted to keep it secret until now, but here we are. This is, well, I guess technically this is the last dungeon of the game, although you can maybe just call it a little trial area if you want to, but this is it right here. Welcome finally to Ganon's Tower. That's right. Interesting place, I will definitely say. And, well, there are a few things to do. So, to begin off, there are 4 rooms, and of course the one that continues to the north. And these 4 rooms each continue a little trial that acts like one of the 4 dungeons, or more than 4, but one of the main 4 that we've been to. This one right here, of course, is the Dragon Roost Cavern themed dungeon. And you're going to need to use the grappling hook and the Deku Leaf in here. Well, actually, you're only supposed to use the grappling hook, but I made good use of the Deku Leaf because I just had a lot of trouble in this room. I actually cut out a lot of failed attempts of me trying to figure out how to do this. But, I mean, eventually, this is a failed attempt right here. So what I tried to do was I landed, but then he rolled, and, well, he hit the lava. And then, of course, right here, this is the success attempt. I had to try like 2 or 3 more times. See, like, my magic is different now. And those jars, they only have water in it, so breaking them would not really do anything. Alright, so ignore the sounds of bubbles. They can't actually get you. So what I did right here is I glided with my Deku Leaf all the way over to this other platform here of obsidian. I think what you're actually supposed to do is use the jars of water to be your obsidian platforms, but what I just decided here instead was just to jump, climb to the top, and use the Deku Leaf. And there you go. I made it way easier than it needed to be. Well, I mean, it's way easier than it looks. That's what all you gotta do. And I just killed these bubbles here just for some extra drops. This one gave me a rupee, the other one gave me a heart, which is very nice. And in here, you open the door, and then the screen gets all weird, and you might be wondering, well, what's going on about that? Well, you open the door, and it's Ghoma, except she's kind of harder now. Also, you are downgraded to the items you only had during the time of the game, minus the empty bottles. Now, I sped up all of the boss fights here, except for the second one. I sped up all of the boss fights just because it actually took me a very long time to fight them. Well, longer than it should have. But it was kind of embarrassingly long. I just had a lot of trouble with fighting Ghoma for some reason. She just kept hitting me, and I could not get her to move out of the way. I had trouble just L-targeting and moving to the side. Even while shielding, she was still hitting me, and I don't know why. So then I thought, well, do I have to fight her a different way? But no, you have to fight her the exact same way. Just, you know, maybe if she could stay out of the way. And also, I was having trouble with the controls because the controller kept like holding buttons, and for some reason that, even though I was facing forward, I jumped backwards and I hit the lava. But it's fine because it's not instant death. It just, Link kind of bounces off the lava, and then well, he just gets knocked over here. But anyway, this should be the last time that I need to squish Ghoma with the giant rock over Grateful Ooze's tail. Also, I mean, yeah, you notice this is in black and white. I think in Wind Waker HD, it's just desaturated. It's not black and white like it is on the original GameCube version here, but it's just desaturated. Anyway, that is it at the end of the first boss. As soon as you kill a boss, the screen just gets all weird again, and then you are taken back to the center room. And then after I've done that, you can see the Ghoma scorpion portion is now filled out on the door. So now I'm going to be going into the next door. And there really is no order you do these in, really. I just did them all clockwise order, I guess. Whoa, don't want to fall off there. But anyway, go ahead and, well, I just wanted to break all these skulls here for extra drops because my magic was running a bit low, and I just wanted to fill it up. Alright, next room here, the top left. This is, well, the next dungeon here. I just wanted to get the Bokoblin out of the way, which you don't even have to fight them if you don't want to. You can just go ahead and enter the door. Anyway, this is going to be the Forbidden Woods themed dungeon, and you can kind of tell because of the symbol and shape of the door. Oh yes, and once you finish a room, you're going to have to re-equip your items each time. And this room was also a pain for me too. I had so much trouble. I was trying to figure it out, a fast way to do it, but I just kept falling off, and then I just had so much trouble with it, even though it was easy. Because what happened was, look, I jump, and then he rolls, and then he just falls. He doesn't grab onto the ledge to save himself and pull himself back up. And I believe this happened twice, actually. I was just having trouble before I realized, okay, I need to figure out a better way. And I'm sorry if I'm sounding like I'm coughing. I'm actually just getting over being sick right now. I'm better, basically, but if I have to talk in long periods of time, then I just sort of get all coughy. But this right here, too, look at that. I just fell right off. Ah, third time's a charm. Except for me, I have to do stuff 3 times in order for it to work. It's not only third time's a charm. Third time is the only chance you'll get. The other ones will just be failed. But that's it. I believe that this time it actually worked because I made more use of the Deku Leaf here. Now, you probably think that I could just make it go more, but I can't. This is as far as it's going to go. So I decided just to hover it over and let it catch me. So here. Now, oh man, I don't actually remember if I actually failed again or not. I don't remember if this is a success attempt. And for some reason I thought that that was a thing that you could use for the grappling hook. But it's not. You're just supposed to... Yeah, look, it's just the thing that holds the cart, or whatever that is, in place. Trolley, I don't know what it's supposed to be. But that's it. Now, I was trying to be careful as much as I could, because I was very far in this room, and I was like, please, no, I don't want to deal with falling again. But I'm pretty sure I did this correctly. So over here, I just used the Deku Leaf to glide, and then I stayed and I let it catch me, and that's the tip that I would give to you. One other tip that would actually probably be a better idea than what I did here is maybe try and shoot the pea hats here, because look at how close they got to knocking me off. They really, honestly, they should have, just coming with the angle that I was at. I was just very worried. And anyway, go ahead and shoot the pea hats, and there they go, they're dead. Or maybe you can just ignore them if you want to. And also, you can break these things here. Pine cone looking things, I don't even know what they're supposed to be. And they have drops. This one has magic, the other one had hearts. So if you fell a couple times, like me, then you're probably going to need the hearts. Alright, it is time to fight the next boss here. And if you remember all the way back, the Forbidden Woods, this is Kalle Demos. I think that's how you say it, but you'll have to re-equip your items too. And of course, only item I get is a boomerang. Oh, and this is the only boss fight I did not speed up because I actually managed to take him out rather quickly. So if you remember how to fight Kalle Demos, I don't know why I keep saying it like that. If you don't remember how to fight this guy, you just have to use the boomerang to hit its tentacles or whatever, strings that attach to the ceiling, and then, well, apparently it can be held up just by a couple of them, or even just one of them, which is the case there. Go ahead and hit him as much as you can, but quickly leave because he will eat you, if you remember. Fortunately, though, you do still get to keep the Master Sword, the best sword in the game, which means you could take some enemies out a lot faster. And I got lucky there with using the boomerang because I took out more of those things than I was supposed to, because it just so happened to hit them while I was making it to the other side. Alright, now, this should be it. No, wait, there's one more. Literally, or 2 more. Look at that. There it is. Go ahead and take him out. Just a couple spin attacks, or okay, just one, and well, that's it. Perfect. Very nice. All right, halfway done, and I have 2 more to do. This is just excellent. So you can see right here the Kalle Demos version of the thing, or the door ahead, is now filled out, and I can go ahead and go to the next room. This one has skulls on it, so I'm pretty sure you know what this is going to be. That's right, this is the Earth Temple room. Probably my least favorite one because, again, I don't like horror and spooky themed stuff. But this one's okay. Alright, anyway, in this room, sorry, I wanted to listen for something. But anyway, go ahead and, you don't have to smash the jars, you just can if you want to. You have to run through this trail of coffins, and be careful because you will find redeads. You don't have to fight them though, thankfully. So, I just didn't. There are bubbles there, but they're fire bubbles, so you don't have to fight them. Anyway, over here, you get a source of light. So what you want to do is, well, you don't actually have to shine the light on these coffins. I'm just doing it to get a couple of them out of the way. This light source is for something else. There's a switch there, but it is a switch that only works if it's held down. So just run through this, and then we'll get hit a couple times. There's some enemies here. There's a fairy. And there are Poes here. But just be very careful because you can get jinxed, or confused by the Poes, not jinxed, sorry. And whenever a Poe jinxes you, confuses you, then, I'm confused apparently, all of your controls will be backwards for a brief amount of time. So, if it's really weird if you're not used to it, but once you get used to it, it's just fine. Now anyway, I think I actually got confused once, so I had to deal with that. Anyway, what you want to do is you want to pick up one of these and do not kill it. You're going to have to set it down on the switch here, and then that will make all of these stairs here available to me. But make a run for it, because it is timed. And watch out for the Poes here. And I did not make it. Did not make it, but I did get confused by this Poe here, but thankfully I was ready for it. So say if you want to kill it, just take it to the light source, and then it's dead. It's not just back in its Poe form, it is dead. You don't even have to fight it, because it's just so weak to the light that you can just let it go. Now, actually, I realized that this was in vain here, because once you get to the other side, it'll start a fight with a Stalfos. Or wait, no, that's the next one, never mind. So I was really glad. But I do have good news. There are no more redeads now. You'll get coffins here, but there are no more redeads. And look at this, I just kept getting hit. I don't know how you're supposed to properly get through this without getting hit, but I just could not do it. Anyway, in here there's some magic, some arrows, which is nice, and some bombs, which I guess you'll need for something, but I don't know. Now anyway, this one is rather challenging because the light source is at the end right here, and then you have to... I would advise you to paralyze one that's... to shine on one that's sort of near the beginning here, because you have to pick it up and then set it down on the switch, and then run as fast as you can. Well, I hate whenever he jumps on it. Run as fast as you can to the other side, but the sad thing is, this is where the fight of a Stalfos triggered. It does not trigger until you set the switch down for the first time, for some reason. So, of course, that made me miss it, and I didn't have my boomerang equipped, so I kept getting hit. So, yes, unfortunately that made me miss it because it still happens during a cutscene, apparently. But this is a Stalfos here. You fought these guys before. But remember, we were introduced in the Earth Temple, and I'm in the Earth Temple room, so it would make sense there are Stalfos here. Alright. Well, I was pretty annoyed that I didn't quite make it first time. I was trying to get that one that was all the way down at the other side, but I just could not do it. So I tried just repositioning my character, and then I had trouble. Eventually, though, I did it, but I just really tried. See, look, there it is. I did it. Except I was really slow. Today was not a fast day for me. It was just not that good. So anyway, I'll stop jumping on the switch. I want to set the stone choo-choo on the switch. And I barely made it here because, as you can see, look, it lifted me up for me. Very nice, but now let's go ahead and enter the door and fight Jalhalla again. Jalhalla, I didn't have too much trouble with Jalhalla, but I kept getting confused by him, and I kept just taking too long. But there you go. And I found out you actually, you do want to throw him into the giant spikes in the side of the walls. Anyway, here you can actually make use of the hurricane spin. I would actually advise to get the hurricane spin before actually fighting Jalhalla for the first time, just to give yourself a bit of an easier time. But anyway, I was trying to really do this, but, well, I was able to do it a couple times successfully, but every other time I just kept getting hit or sucked in, and then once I got back to the light, then, well, it was already gone. And look at that. A couple times here, look, I got to this light here. I could not hold it long enough because Link just cannot stand still to save his life. Look at that, and it just keeps moving. I don't even know why they do keep moving. I think they should all just stay in the same place. But here, finally, I did it again. This took me significantly less time than the other boss fight did, the original one, but it's fine. That hurricane spin did not last as long as the other one for some reason. Didn't, but that's okay, I guess. It's not that big of a deal. And over here, he sort of just hangs around you, and then whenever he's by the light, then he just turns and makes himself invisible. And here I kept getting confused despite I was in the light, and here I thought that like I was shining it on him. I just was very confused. I was like, whatever, I'm just going to go to a different light source. And I kept walking into the spikes because whenever you're confused, your controls are backwards. But anyway, this is it. So go ahead and use your final hurricane spin and take out the last of the pose, and Jalhalla is no more. Now, that's 3/4 of this part completed, so there's only one more to do. As you can see now, the Jalhalla fat ghost figure is now filled out, and finally I can go to the final room. And well, I'm sure you'll probably know what it's gonna be. This is the I almost jumped off. This is the Wind Temple themed room. And yes, I know we didn't have a Tower of the Gods themed room, so that was annoying. In here, once you start, there's a whiz robe, so go ahead and hit him. It should not take you very long to kill at all, just because he's right there and you're probably expecting it. I don't know, you could be expecting anything at this point. I sure was. Anyway, go ahead and equip the iron boots and Deku Leaf, because that'll help you. So go ahead and shoot up there, avoid the spikes. This is a really easy room. Go ahead and avoid the sharp, I don't know what that is, the sharp blades, I guess, and try and, climb onto this. And, oh, come on, Link, jeez. Equip the iron boots, and then you just fly with the Deku Leaf. And I know that those wind things are there, but if you fly just in the middle enough, you will not be affected by them, which was very nice. Alright, drop down here, and there are bokoblins inside of these jars, so be careful. Not in all of them, just a couple of them, so just be careful. I mean, well, they're green bokoblins. It was like the very first enemy in the game I think it gave you, but that's it, that's fine. Alright, stay out of the way here, and then in order to get to the top, you need your hook shot, actually. Here I was a little confused, but I noticed that hook shot target, and you need your hook shot to get to the top. I was really glad that I didn't have to go back there and do something else, because I actually have not seen the end of this game for about a year since I recorded this video earlier today. But finally now, it's time to fight Molgera for the last time. And this one took me a very long time to fight, like I think twice the length of Queen Ghoma did. Or Ghoma did. Sorry, Queen Ghoma is an Ocarina of Time. Now, you may have noticed that the music is the song you played during the original boss fight, except this time it's a little bit different. I think it's lower pitched, but it's still quite the same, like, octave, I guess. I don't know. I know music terms. I used to play the piano. It's fine. Anyway, I just had so much problems with this guy because I really did not want to fight the smaller enemies. I just wanted to try and go as fast as I can. But with my luck, whenever I try and do something as fast as I can, it ends up being as slow as I can because I don't even pay attention at all to strategy. I just think, speed is key, right? But no, and I had so much trouble even fighting the little enemies. Even whenever I said, fine, I'll fight them, I just had so much trouble because you have to hit them only in a certain area, and then even if you do hit them in a certain area, you have to do it multiple times. Like, I thought they were one-hit kills, but I guess only if it's a spin attack. And to new players who are, well, obviously they haven't beaten the game yet, well, quick spins might be hard. but I definitely would try and master a quick spin. Fortunately, though, I'm almost done. I think I only have to get just a couple more hits on it. But I mean, even here, whenever he was out, I was like, perfect. Now I have an opportunity to get rid of some of these things. Except it just didn't really happen. I just kept getting hit, and I lost so much health trying to do this. And look at this. I just pulled myself into him, and then he gobbled me up again. And whenever the yellow arrow showed on him, immediately once I pressed the button, it changed and thought, oh no, you want to target this instead, right? But, I mean, no. And actually another problem I had is that I forgot that if you just press the target button and then the item button, he doesn't use it. You have to press the item button twice. One for Link to pull out the item, and then again for him to use it. But in every other game, like Twilight Princess, you press the item, and then he gets it out and he uses it. But in this game, he doesn't do that. And I was just really... I was going quick spin crazy there because I just wanted to take out those things because they were really getting in the way. Then I tried a hurricane spin, but I just kept getting hit. I just could not do it. I had so much trouble. But I mean, you're going to be glad I sped this up. I just had way too much trouble with him. But I mean, you know how to fight, Molgera. Go ahead and pull it out, hit him, and then that is it. And finally, all 4 of the bosses have been defeated. So, now the Molgera worm image on that is now complete. So the whole door is now opened. And I can finally progress through. Well, it's not even open. No, it's just gone. Who needs a door, right? Anyway, now I actually looked away and got a little disoriented from my screen and thought, oh wait, no, that's the entrance. And then I turned around here and thought, oh, this ramp goes up. That must mean that I'm going towards the top of the tower. Which, I mean, normally that's the logical thing to think of. And I got disoriented because I was like, I kept walking around, and it was at this point I was like, wait a minute, no, I'm going the wrong way. But actually, I wasn't going the wrong way. I was going the right way. Now I'm going the wrong way. I just thought, oh, up is the way you want to go, right? I completely immediately forgot that the door broke. And it wasn't until here, and I was like, wait, no, I went the wrong way. Dang. Well, that was a little embarrassing, but whatever. That's a good way to regenerate the skulls if you want. So I guess, there you go. I guess it was actually helpful showing that off after all. Anyway, go ahead and continue forward. And here you go. It's just a couple sets of stairs to climb. There's some mini blins here, so you can take them out if you'd like. Should you need to, not really. But anyway, through this door here, this starts the more interesting portion of this dungeon, I think. Yes, I know, I fought 4 bosses. We're still not done, believe me. Alright, in here is sort of a maze, yeah, but not quite yet. Go ahead and equip your boomerang, actually, and you don't really need the Wind Waker at all anymore, so you can put it away. Anyway, in this room, you can see there are candles on the walls, and as you can see, some of them are only partially lit. And the game showed you that they're lit up in an order. Anyway, right after the cutscene shows, the King of Red Lions will call you through your little crystal stone that you probably forgot you had, again. And it will tell you that you have to light them up in order. So as you can see, that one has 1, that one has 2, that one has 3, and that one has 4. So do remember that, even though it will actually remind you, which is pretty helpful. So go to the room directly across from you, and you'll notice this is the same room, except instead of candles it has crystal switches, and instead of an abyss, well, there's water here now. It's interesting. So the cutscene will show you in the order you need to hit them. So pull out your boomerang and then go ahead and be very careful while doing it, and then you want to once you're done, just go ahead and release it. The same order that it was. I was worried about it accidentally hitting it out of order, but thankfully that didn't happen. And so once you get here, you get a little dark portal, and look at who it is. The King of Red Lions. And apparently that freaks Link out so much that he screams. So anyway, the King of Red Lions is here, and what he's basically telling you is that if you want to prepare yourself, you can teleport back to the surface using this portal, and then you can sail around, get some collectibles, maybe pick up some more elixir soup from Grandma if you don't have another serving. But I didn't do that because I was ready enough. So once you're done, go ahead and continue back to the other room. And then, I know it seems weird, but what you actually want to do is jump into the abyss. And then you'll notice it makes the sound whenever you climb into a pot and fall into it. Now, we're in a large room, and then mysterious music plays. Turn around, and it's Phantom Ganon. So go ahead and play some tennis with him. So you want to do that. There you go. And just hit him once, and then he's gone. And then his sword falls. And what that's actually doing is it's pointing into the room you want to go, because this is a maze, and it basically goes on forever. But you want to fight the Phantom Ganons, and there's a bunch of different ways he can attack. He can appear in groups like that. He's got a I don't know, this other attack, magic attack, and then he has this. And, well, as of right now, this is the only way you can fight him, so this is just going to be a series of fighting Phantom Ganons. I got hit, though, a couple times, which is annoying, but once you hit him, his sword drops, and then the handle points to the room you want to go next, just to clarify. And then it will play that sound effect whenever you go to the correct room. Now, I actually managed to hit the correct Ganon there, because you can do that. It's very hard to do, though. Anyway, the sword dropped again, so go ahead and continue forward. Now, I don't actually remember how many of these there are, but you just want to keep doing it, and then eventually you will find out when you're done. And I was way off there, so I wasn't very good. So go ahead and fight him. There you go. And of course, each time gets faster, so just prepare for it. There you go. Hit him, and same process. The sword falls. And if it falls and hits you, then it doesn't do anything to you. You don't fall back. You don't take damage. I guess it just goes through you. Now, I hate whenever he does that because, well, I tried to do it again, but I just couldn't do it. I just really wanted to do it again. So then I thought, oh, maybe I can go back and then hit him. But he doesn't even stay there all that long. And then sometimes it just doesn't even let you get hits anyway. So eventually I just waited for him to appear up there and give me some tennis. So I think this was another failed attempt too, because I know I have another one in there, but I forget where it is. Oh, no, this one was fine. Go ahead and do that, and there you go. See, the sword kind of fell on me, but it didn't do anything. I will admit, the first time I played through this part, it actually took me a very long time to figure out what to do because I just wasn't making progress. I was here for like 15-20 minutes, and I wasn't making progress. That's his other attack, by the way. Just dodge it and you'll be fine. But anyway, once I figured out the mechanic that his sword falls in the direction you're supposed to go, I thought, oh my goodness, that is so cool. I don't know, I was just so mesmerized by it. I still kind of am. I still think it's clever. I like it. Alright, anyway, that was a failed attempt. As you can see, I was way off again. I definitely took some damage from Phantom Ganon here. Thankfully, though, I still have another helping of that nice, delicious grandma soup, as well as a blue potion and a fairy that I picked up. So, go ahead and play some tennis with Phantom Ganon. I hope you're good at making timings, so that would help out a lot. And then once you're done, there you go. I think there are only a few more of these left. Not very many, but maybe there are 10 of these, something. Don't quite know. But anyway, this is the second to last one, even though the room is different. And this one is done the same way. He just kept attacking me using that. You can't really do anything with that. I think if you use the hurricane spin, you can deflect them back at him. But I'm not very good at that, so I just decided to just go tennis style, because that's the best way of this. Honestly, this whole Ganon tennis mechanic for fighting him actually happens a lot in Zelda games. Anyway, there you go. But once he's dead, I actually took a second there. And I was actually doing something that you don't need to do yet. Once he's dead, go ahead and open up the treasure chest here. And this is another crucial item that apparently they decided to give us at the very, very end of the game. Like literally, there's only going to be one more video of this game and then it'll be done after this. But there you go. Now we finally have the light arrows. And then finally we can continue on going through. Now his sword is still here. So I thought you're supposed to hit the door, but that's actually later. And congratulations, you finished all of the Phantom Ganon fights. Except for one. That's right, I still have to fight him one more time. And this is back to the very beginning, the room we were in before. The two rooms at the sides. One of them is where the King of our Lions is, the other one is where the Abyss is. So over here, what you actually want to do, this one is different, except I didn't actually remember that until just a little bit later. I was trying to get the tennis with him again, but it doesn't actually work. I felt really stupid after this. And here I thought, now's my chance to redeem myself with him. But as you can see, look, he just did not stay there long enough. I just really wanted to do this properly again. And look, even there, it doesn't even let you hit him. And I was still confused, and I was just convinced, oh, maybe my timing is off. But no, I was doing the complete wrong thing. I was still confused, and it took me like another minute or two until I realized what you're actually supposed to do. So I was here, I realized, oh wait, you're supposed to shoot a light arrow at him. Well, actually, wait, no, not quite yet, but that is what you're supposed to do. You are supposed to shoot a light arrow at him, but I was waiting for tennis. Because I thought, oh, what I've done's worked up until this point, so surely it'll work this time. Eventually he did play some tennis with me, and then, well, I got it to work. But then, first of all, this was a very long match, but then, you see, it just went right through him. Then I was really confused. I tried to do a hurricane spin, but that just did not work. So then I was like, I was almost fed up with it. I was like, what am I supposed to do? But then I remembered, oh wait, am I supposed to just shoot a light arrow at him? And that's exactly what you do. You shoot a light arrow. So my confusion, I'm still happy it's in the video because it shows you that nothing else will work except for the light arrows. So there you go. His sword drops and it does point you in the direction you need to go, but, well, I think this time the blade does. Or maybe it doesn't, I don't know. Maybe it just happened to be. But that's not the point because we obviously know where to go because we have that special door with Ganon's pig face on it. So go ahead and pick up the sword, well, after you're done breaking these jars. Go ahead and pick up the sword and then use it to break this door. That's what you want to do. Again, I have not done Ganon's Tower for like a year or something before making this recording. It's been a decently long time, and then as soon as you smash it, the sword will disappear and it's gone forever. Alright, this is it. This is basically the end of the dungeon here. Go ahead and smash these jars, climb these stairs. Of course, there's still going to be some enemies along the way. You'll get moblins, dark nuts, and I believe you might get another Stalfos, although I think I'm wrong. I think maybe it's just moblins and dark nuts. So you can fight them if you want to. No need to use the grappling hook on them because I'm at the end of the game, which means all joy pendants and skull necklaces and knight's crests, they're not going to help me anymore. They're useless. It's fine. Anyway, now that I'm done with that, you want to go ahead and climb up to the top here. And as soon as I saw the sword, I was like, oh, that's a dark nut if I've ever seen it. This one's got red and golden armor, which means, well, nothing actually. It just means that he's wearing red and gold armor. It has nothing to do with his health or his strength. All dark nuts really are created equal. So, that's really it. I guess it's just maybe his fashion statement. Looks good, I'm not gonna lie. The colors do look good. Red and gold do look very nice together, I think. Anyway, that's not the point here. The point is, kill him. Any way you want to, really. Preferably with the sword, just because that's the easiest and the fastest and the most efficient way. But whatever. Up here there are two moblins. You can use the bow, the hook shot. My personal favorite's the boomerang because they get all dizzy and they get the cartoony stars. I do say though, whenever I first played this game, I hated it, but now I love its cartoon charm. I love it. Anyway, Just thought I'd say that. There you go. They are now gone, and they can leave you behind some goodies like hearts and rupees and bombs and a skull necklace. And we come up here, and then you'll have the last 2 Dark Nuts in the game. They're wearing 2 different helmets, which is interesting. And again, that doesn't actually mean anything. They just kind of happen to be wearing 2 different helmets, I guess. Okay, so I actually managed to take them out rather quickly, and I think I actually got one to fight the other one. But anyway, go ahead and kill these Dark Nuts, and then that is it for the dungeon portion of this place. In the next part, which will be the last part, I'm going to go ahead and fight the final boss, which actually is a lot longer than you think. So, once you kill the Dark Nuts, go ahead and prepare yourself to enter the next room. That is the end of this part, though. Thank you for watching it. I wanted to catch this fairy here. If you're a new player, you might need it. So, that is the end of this part, and that was the end of Ganon's Tower. So, go ahead and join me in the next video where we will be confronting ourselves with Ganondorf. So, I'll see you then.